Arman Tsarukyan says Usman Nurmagomedov will be a problem.
The MMA world is once again buzzing after Arman Tsarukyan made a bold statement about one of the most dangerous young fighters in the sport, Usman Nurmagomedov. Tsarukyan believes Usman has the ability to compete with and potentially beat anyone placed in front of him. That is a massive statement, especially considering the level of competition at the top of lightweight and the number of elite fighters currently fighting for championship opportunities. Usman Nurmagomedov has built a reputation as one of the most technically complete fighters in MMA. With his Dagestani wrestling background, dangerous grappling, improving striking, athletic movement, and ability to control the pace of a fight, Usman presents a very difficult challenge for almost anyone. But what makes Arman Tsarukyan's comments particularly interesting is that Arman knows exactly what elite-level wrestling and grappling look like. Tsarukyan himself has spent years competing against some of the best fighters in the world. His ability to mix wrestling with explosive striking has made him one of the toughest matchups in the lightweight division. But when a fighter like Arman says another competitor could be a problem for everyone, fans naturally start paying attention. Usman's biggest weapon may be his ability to dictate where the fight takes place. If an opponent wants to stand and exchange, Usman has the speed and technical ability to fight on the feet. If the opponent tries to pressure him, Usman can change levels and take the fight to the ground. And once the fight hits the mat, his grappling can completely change the momentum. That versatility is what makes him so dangerous. One of the biggest questions surrounding Usman is how he would perform against the absolute elite of the UFC lightweight division. Fighters at that level can punish even the smallest mistake, and every opponent brings a completely different style. But Tsarukyan appears to believe Usman has the tools necessary to solve those problems.
Imagine a matchup between two fighters with elite wrestling backgrounds, incredible athleticism, and dangerous striking. A fight like Arman Tsarukyan versus Usman Nurmagomedov would immediately attract huge attention from MMA fans. Both fighters are capable of making adjustments during a fight, and neither one would likely be comfortable simply allowing the other fighter to control the action. Arman's pressure and physicality could create problems for Usman. He is capable of closing distance quickly, mixing combinations with takedowns, and forcing opponents to constantly defend multiple attacks. On the other side, Usman's movement, timing, kicking game, and grappling could make it difficult for Arman to establish his preferred rhythm. And that's exactly why Tsarukyan's statement is so interesting. He isn't simply praising Usman as a talented fighter. He is suggesting that Usman has the potential to beat anyone. That puts a huge spotlight on the undefeated Dagestani fighter and raises an obvious question. How far can Usman Nurmagomedov actually go? Could he eventually become a UFC champion? Could he defeat the best lightweight fighters in the world? And perhaps most importantly, how would he perform against a fighter like Arman Tsarukyan? The lightweight division is already packed with elite talent, and adding Usman to that conversation makes the future even more exciting. For Usman, the challenge will be proving that his skills work against the highest level of competition. Being undefeated creates enormous expectations, but eventually every elite prospect has to face opponents capable of exposing weaknesses. So far, Usman has continued to show why so many people believe he belongs among the sport's future stars. His composure is impressive, his technique is disciplined, his grappling is extremely dangerous, and his striking continues to evolve. That combination can create serious problems for opponents who underestimate him. Arman's comments also show just how highly some elite fighters view Usman's abilities. When another top-level fighter publicly recognizes your potential, it can be a strong indication that the wider MMA community should be paying attention. And now fans are asking for the matchups. Usman against elite UFC contenders. Usman against championship-level wrestlers. And eventually, perhaps, Usman against the very best fighter in the division. If those fights happen, we may finally discover whether Tsarukyan's prediction was right. Because if Usman Nurmagomedov truly has the ability to beat everyone, then the MMA world could be looking at another major Dagestani superstar in the making. For now, one thing is clear: Arman Tsarukyan believes Usman Nurmagomedov is a serious problem, and that statement has fans talking. The future of the lightweight division could be absolutely insane, and Usman Nurmagomedov may be right in the middle of it. What do you think? Can Usman Nurmagomedov really beat everyone at the top level? Or is there a fighter who can expose his weaknesses? Let us know your prediction, and stay tuned for more UFC and MMA news, fight analysis, reactions, and the latest updates from the world of combat sports.